What's going on, guys? This is Travistey here, and today I am bringing you my quarterfinal knockout match against Jack, the Donphanatic, and England in the Pokemon Draft World Cup. So, the team that he can be bringing for this is Mew, Tangrowth, Vaporeon, Mega Beedrill, Hitmonlee, Raikou, and Steelix. So, to try and counteract that, I decided to bring a physically defensive, a Rocky Helmet Aerodactyl, because this beats Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill does not get coverage for Aerodactyl. I resist both of its stabs, even though they still hit very, very hard. I can roost up on it, I can get Rocky Helmet damage on U-turns, stuff like that. This is my dedicated switch into Mega Beedrill, just because it means I can get damage off when he U-turns. Then I have Roost to keep this healthy, Stealth Rock, because Stealth Rocks are nice against his team, just get chip damage, wear down Mega Bee, stuff like that. And Defog in case he sets up hazards with Steelix or something. Anyway, I don't really need anything else. Aerial Ace is a guaranteed Oko on Mega Beedrill, and like he doesn't have a blind resist outside of Raikou and Steelix. I could have run Earthquake, but it wasn't really worth it. I have enough speed to outspeed Hitmonlee, I think, just so I can outspeed that, go for Aerial Ace, do a lot of damage, unless he's like unburdened. That's fairly self-explanatory Aerodactyl set, I think. Like, it's a support Aerodactyl, it does what it does. Next one I have is a specially defensive Gourgeist. This thing can kind of deal with Raikou unless it like specs Shadow Ball, and can deal with Vaporeon really well. I'm bringing Gourgeist large because then I will actually outspeed Vaporeon unless he runs investment. I don't think he will because he'll be expecting Gourgeist Super. I have Seed Bomb, Will-O-Wisp to try and Will-O-Wisp that Tangrowth, Synthesis, and Leech Seed. So I can Leech Seed everything that isn't Tangrowth. I can burn things. I can like live a hit from Mega Bee and burn it and then Synthesis up and that kind of thing. And Seed Bomb is just good damage for the Vaporeon. And things like Hitmonlee, Raikou, Steelix, etc. just to get good chip. And then I can burn things and be a dick and stall stuff out. And especially defensive because even with no defensive investment I can beat the likes of Steelix, the likes of Hitmonlee, even if it runs a knockoff I can take a hit. And I wanted to be able to take on like Vaporeon better and stuff like that. So next one is Keldeo, Specs Keldeo, two-shots his entire team with these 4 moves. That's it. Hydro Pump will 2-shot especially defensive Mew, Focus Blast 2-shots especially defensive Assault Vest Tangrowth, Focus Blast will 2-shot Vaporeon or Secret Sword if it's specially defensive, Mega Beedrill dies to a Scald, Hitmonlee dies to Secret Sword, Raikou dies to anything, Steelix dies to anything. So basically I bring this thing in, if I hit my move something dies. That's fun. The reason I'm running Dual Stab in both is if I don't have to risk the miss, I won't. Like if Secret Sword will 2-shot everything because of chip damage and rocks, and then I'm clicking Secret Sword and something dies. Same with Scald Hydro Pump. But if I need to get big damage off of something like Tangrowth, I'm clicking Focus Blast. Enough speed to outspeed Mew, and the rest into HP because that's all I need. So Timid Specs just blows holes in his team. Next one is Especially Defensive Charizard X, because this thing can switch into Raikou for days and days and days. If I get my Mega off, this is my Raikou check. It also can set up on Vaporeon, so I can have my sub guaranteed to not be broken by Vaporeon with Scald, which is really cool. And then I can beat Raikou. If I set up a Dragon Dance, I kill his entire team with Fire Punch, except Vaporeon, which dies to 2+6 Fire Punches. So basically, the aim is to get some sort of status like a burn onto Vaporeon, or even just have it whittled down and hope it doesn't have leftovers, and then set up in its face, just keep setting up to +6, and then click Fire Punch 6 times and win. Because he doesn't have enough priority to kill this, like if you bring Zacian Wave Mew and then Muck Punch Hitmonlee and Fake Out Hitmonlee and all that kind of stuff, still not going to be enough. So basically that's the plan. Either you like try and sack off Raikou and I set up a sub and then start setting up Dragon Dances or whatever, so this thing can potentially win. This is a set I should have brought against Shroom, but you know, you live in the other. Next one is Donphan, because Donphan is cool. Another choice banded set because reasons. Earthquake, Ice Shard, Gunshot, Knockoff. I'm pretty sure this is like the exact same moves, or maybe I had Rock Slide and Gunshot than last time I brought choice banded. Ice Shard is just nice to revenge things. It can 2-shot Mega Beedrill. It can do some damage, I guess, to other things like Hitmonlee. Earthquake just kind of destroys everything on his team not named Tangrowth. That's literally it. Knockoff is fun for Mew. I can break its Hollow Berry or whatever, or I can just get off big damage on something with a knockoff. And then Gunshot is for Tangrowth because a choice band Gunshot will 2-hit KO that thing. And I can beat Steelix, etc. I can switch into Raikou if it's choice and go for electric type moves, etc. Fire off big hits, get off big damage. That's what Donphan's job is. Last one is a choice Scarf Heatran. I'm banking him on running enough speed on Mega Beedrill to outspeed my fastest mon, which I believe is Aerodactyl. I'm not running enough to outspeed Scarf Heatran, so I'm running enough on Scarf Heatran to outspeed an Aerodactyl by 2 points, which will outspeed Mega Beedrill, if that makes sense. And then I'm running Flamethrower, Toxic, Earth Power, and Fire Blast. I have Toxic for Vaporeon because it's Vaporeon, and getting that thing Toxic means I can then beat it with my Charizard. Flamethrower because it kills Mega Beedrill, and is just a good stab. Fire Blast in case I need more ow, and Earth Power for Raikou to just do a little bit more damage because everything else I have Fire Blast is the hardest move I can hit them with. I guess like Vaporeon if I need to revenge it. Max Special Attack, I'm running enough investment to outspeed Mega Beedrill like I said, and the rest in HP. So that's basically the team, and now we get into the battle. Alright, I am back with the battle against Jack and England, or the Donphanatic. Links to all these people in the descriptions. I probably should have said at the start of this set of videos, but whatever. He has nothing to start the Specs Keldeo, we knew that, and he didn't bring Steelix, which is kind of understandable because I have literally like an entire team that can beat Steelix, except Aerodactyl basically, so that makes sense. I decided to lead off with my Charizard because I want to get my Mega off early so I can beat the Raikou. And if he leads like Beedrill, he's probably going to have to protect. I might be able to get a sub up or a DD. He leads like Tangrowth, I can potentially get a sub or a Dragon Dance off. He leads Vaporeon, I can potentially set up. So basically, Zard looks like he could be able to just win turn 1 here, depending on what he leads with. So I lead with it. Here goes the Vaporeon. I decided to go for a sub just to scout what he tries to do. He goes for Wish, that's his easy play. I decided to Dragon Dance because either he would go for like Scald and not break my sub, or not Toxic, or switch out into something to try and take a hit, or Roar. So I figured my safest play is just to Dragon Dance because if he doesn't have Roar, then I start setting up and I win. If he does have Roar, then he'll get healed back up to full after this turn anyway, and going to Fire Punch only has a 10% chance to burn, and he could be Rocky Helmet. I want to keep this thing healthy. So my best play there was to Dragon Dance, I stand by that. He roars me out, that's fine. I know this thing has Roar now, so I can't set up on it, but I can still potentially set up on Raikou, that kind of thing. I can still keep Zard around to win games. So here I go into Gorgeist, which is probably the best thing I could have been roared into. I go for Burn, predicting him to switch. But he doesn't. He obviously maybe didn't realize that I outsped or thought he could beat me anyway. He goes for Ice Beam, that does pitiful damage, and I get leftovers. So here, I predict him to switch again and go for a double Willow as he goes into Mew, and unfortunately that's going to synchronize the burn back onto me, which is rather unfortunate because otherwise Gorgeist could just sit in here and stall out a lot of his team, but I was really expecting Tangrowth to switch in. If I got for Leech Seed there, this would have been great because that would have been a really good help with Gorgeist, etc. So here, Mew goes for Nasty Plot as I just stay in and go for Leech Seed because I need to just get a little bit of chip damage on this thing and scout set, but I miss, which is super duper unfortunate because it would have brought Mew down, like with chip damage. It would have brought Gorgeist up a bit in health. I don't know if I could live in the Ice Beam, but maybe, and it would have brought Mew down to the point where I could avenge it with something. You know, if I lived, I get some C-Bomb damage off, even though it would only be like 10%, it would be enough to put it in range, and then turn Leech Seed, etc. But I miss. That's super duper unfortunate. I don't think I could have lived this hit anyway, but I can't remember. So he just goes to Ice Beam. I die. Leech Seed would have been really nice there. So here, why would Leech Seed have been so nice? Because he would be in range of a Specs Keldeo's Hydro Pump. If I got the 12% of Leech Seed damage, he would be in range of a Specs Hydro Pump for an offensive Mew. Because he isn't, I have to sack something to try and get damage off. And I decide, probably not my best play. I probably should have gone to Donphan because I forgot I had Sturdy and I could just click Earthquake. That was really dumb. I go into Zard X because I'm especially defensive and I can actually live an Earth Power. If he gets a max roll, I think it's like 50-50 roll where I live the Earth Power, but I don't. So that's unfortunate. But now I get the chip damage I need to put this thing in range of a Specs Hydro Pump from Keldeo. I was also expecting him to have Psyshock for Keldeo, so I couldn't just bring it in and force him out. So I just go for Hydro Pump, I think. Or do I make a prediction? I can't even remember at this point. He goes into Tangrowth. Oh yeah, I do go for Hydro Pump because I can't mess around with Mew. And that's a 35%, showing me that this thing is especially defensive but not Assault Vest. So that was really good damage. A Focus Blast will now just annihilate this thing, but I have Specs. So I go into my Heatran because I'm not expecting him to go for Earthquake. As he reveals Leech Seed, so he's definitely not Assault Vest. And this is going to be a pain in the dick Tangrowth, and if Gorgeist hadn't gotten burned, it could still be alive. And anyway, here I go for Toxic. Yes, that's what I do. I go for Toxic because I'm not concentrating, and I think that Vaporeon... I forgot that Vaporeon is burned. That was a dumb play. I should have doubled, because I was expecting the Vaporeon switch should have doubled into nothing, because nothing on this team beats Vaporeon. So here I switch into my Keldeo, because it's the only thing I really have for this, as he goes for Scald, because it's the best move in the game, and he gets the burn, because it's the best move in the game. That basically cost me the game. well, like I mean, I'm gonna say it cost me the game. Like Jack played well as well, but this seals it because at this point I can't win. If Keldeo didn't get burnt, I could, because I could potentially beat Raikou with a combination of Heatran and Donphan. And I can beat Mega Beedrill with Aerodactyl, and every time I get a switch into Keldeo, it gets a kill. So basically, if he revenges me at any point, I bring in Keldeo, I kill something. Unless it's Raikou, but if it's Raikou and it's locked in like HP ground, then I can kill something, etc. So this basically puts Keldeo on a timer, and that means that I can't win this game. So that's it. Yeah, that's the game. Here I just click Focus Blast because it'll do like 70% of this thing, and it will annihilate Tangrowth on the switch in. He actually does make that play, goes into Tangrowth, as I just go for Focus Blast and I hit because I'm lucky and bad, and it does 90%, which is actually not even a high roll. So this thing lives. I don't want to risk another Focus Miss, so I switch out, hoping he'll switch out as well into something to take that and like make a Beedrill, and I go into Heatran. As he actually switches out and goes into Mew. So now I have another issue. I know he has Earth Power, and I have to use a Fire Blast and hope he kills. I don't really have anything else that I want to do at this point. Like I could switch in Aerodactyl, but then I'd do nothing to it. But like I switch around him, I guess would be my play. Switch in Aerodactyl and switch back into Heatran and etc. Or switch into Keldeo, but I didn't because I just wasn't concentrating on this game at all. I ran Keldeo and click Secret Sword because it kills something. Every single thing on his team dies to two Secret Swords. He reveals Vacuum Wave, which pissed me off because I was like, damn, he didn't have Psyshock. I could have just brought in Keldeo the first time, not sacked my Zardex, kept that around as a win condition, and got the kill early on with Keldeo and just times it bad. So Keldeo's getting hurt by burn. At this point, I'm dead to something. He brings in Mega Beedrill, and I'm like, aha, I have a switch in for this. So I go into my Aerodactyl as he goes for Protect, I'm pretty sure, because he doesn't want to take a hit. Waiting for this to catch up. Yeah, he goes for Protect. And then here I just set up Rocks because I have nothing better to do. Like I can't switch out. He gets crit U-turn, which is super unfortunate because otherwise now I have to roost up at something. If I'd gone for Aerial Ace, I could have two-shot this thing because that would have been fun. But I just got Rocks because I want to beat Mega Beedrill. He switches in Tangrowth. I'm like, ooh, Aerial Ace looks like my kill, so I go for it. It does nothing to this Vaporeon, but luckily I had it burned with Rocks damage and stuff. So here my only play is to switch in Keldeo and take a hit and then kill something with Secret Sword before I die. So that's literally all I can do is click Secret Sword. I can't even click Scald because this Vaporeon is still here. Luckily I do take out the Vaporeon. If anything else was switched into that, it would have taken a huge hit / died. So yeah, Keldeo goes down. He brings in the Beedrill, I go into Donphan. I know I can live any hit from this thing, mostly because I have Sturdy. But I want to preserve my Sturdy because I can potentially clean up with Donphan. If I can get enough chip damage on things, then if I can click Gunk Shot, then I win with Donphan because Mega Beedrill is super weakened and everything else just dies to a CB Gunk Shot if I get enough damage, but I don't. He clicks HP Ice because I can't beat this thing. Now I bring in Donphan, I have my Sturdy intact, my play is just go for Gunk Shot, hope it kills, because if it kills, then I outspeed Tangrowth and kill it. Hang on, pause that there. If I kill the Raikou right there, I think I'll still live a hit from Beedrill, maybe, I think it's a roll or something. There was no chance of winning. Gunk Shot was my only hope of winning. I could have clicked Earthquake, but then he just brings in Tangrowth, and like Gunk Shot was the only thing I had. It was just like he missed a high jump kick with Hitmonlee or something dumb, and then hit another Gunk Shot. So it was literally the only chance I had. And yeah, it doesn't kill Raikou, and I lose. So we're out. So that's going to be the end of my uploads for the Pokemon Draft World Cup. It was kind of fun. I hate 7-1 draft format because I always pick a good core and then I'm like, alright, now I just need to patch these holes, and I can't patch all of them. And also, like, playing so many games in quick succession while also playing in the YOLO League basically made me hate team building. So unfortunately for the rest of the ORAS meta, I'm going to be so fucking sick of team building, and that's going to be awful. So looking forward to Sun and Moon though, because that'll shake things up. In any case, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in my next upload.